Hello everyone, this is Matthew. It's January 9th. Currently my birthday in Rome in my beautiful hostel room. It's actually raining outside, so I figured what better way to kick off my birthday than by going over the book that everyone had shared and right, and by everyone, most people that I was able to catch on my exchange. On the screen we have what the objective was about the book, what the book's objective was, that is, who are you, name, age, country, try to describe yourself if you can. And essentially, I wanted people to share any key lesson that you believe was valuable to your growth. And if you haven't been able to think about that on the spot, I did have a few questions that you could answer instead. Some of the questions we have are here. So A was favorite place in the world to visit, B, favorite music, any favorite quotes. If you could granted one wish, what would you wish for? What makes you the happiest? What would you do if you never had to work again? What is your greatest adventure or achievement so far? When you are old and look back on your life, what would you think would matter the most? What do you think people will say at your funeral about you and your life? What do you think you would become when you were a child? Who has had the greatest impact on you? What's your favorite joke? Cats or dog, easy one. And what is it that you care the most about in life? So this is what I'll cover. And I have about 80 plus people in the book, and I'll be going page by page and see how long this lasts. So let's stop sharing our screen. Let's jump to just me still recording, and let's go. I think I'm gonna read myself first and then make sure that it's not too confidential, and then I'll read it out loud and react to everyone's message. So we start off with Camillo from Colombia. He's a happy, motivated person, enjoys the little things in life and loves spending times with his friends. Really like Bad Bonni right now, reggaeton and alternative. And his message to me was, hey man, I hope that whenever you're reading this, you're doing fine, doing great. You're a very nice person, have a great attitude, and a really good friend. Keep being this awesome guy. And then he says, good luck at Big Brother, because I had applied for Big Brother Canada. But what I think is they contacted people by phone, and I have put down my Canadian phone number and never got a phone call. Potentially, I just never got past the first interview phase. But who knows? We'll be surprised when I get back home in Canada, see if I did get a phone call. That was Camillo. Then we have Victoria Ovando. She's 23 from Chile. Shared a few key lessons. So the simpler, the better. I think that's a great one. And yeah, when she's old, it would matter to me not to regret anything that so when she's old, it's not to regret anything that she wanted to do that she didn't get to do. I think that's a great thing. You know, we often think about, oh, I should go travel, I should go do this, and you end up not doing it. So while we're young and we have a whole life in front of us, we should do what we want to do. And yeah, Victoria, thank you for the message. Rico, good friend from Germany. He enjoys sports, especially football, soccer. Really loves Mexican food. Remember going out and eating Mexican food with Rico for sure. Has a few favorite songs that he shared, and a message to me: stay healthy, adventurous, and happy, brother. Happy to see you soon again. We'll visit each other. Good luck to the hunting season. Thank you, Rico. Jude, one of the first people I met on this exchange. He's a Tex-Mex guy who has no idea what he will achieve, but he knows I will achieve something great. Thank you, Jude. He likes going out of the path. He likes to do things that are weird and that most people don't do. I have something in mind. The quick night that Jude went to with Maria that we'll see in the book later on. That I don't think anybody else would have gone to. And let's see. Yeah, really cares about his family, and I think that's true from what I met about Jude. He's a great guy. And finally, a message, Matthew. I hope you've enjoyed your abroad venture, and look back on these messages with fond memories. I am right now. Hopefully, you don't use any of these messages for extortion or with bad intentions. No, it's all love. Thank you, Jude. Francesco, who worked at TSH, big part of my exchange. He's a young dreamer, and he loves the multicultural part of the world. He has written a few jokes, loves dogs, but loves big cats. And yeah, thank you, Francesco, for all the help, all the good stuff you've done at TSH or now BU. We have Clement, who's French, who's in my managing diversity class, ambitious French student, and he's wishing to spread love and happiness around him. That's beautiful. And he has a quote in French: "Le mieux est l'ennemi du bien." So the better is the enemy of the worse. And that's a really profound quote. Yeah, le mieux est l'ennemi du bien. No, I mistranslated that. The better is the enemy of the good. That makes more sense. Yeah. So the better is the enemy of the good. That's interesting. You know, I think we often settle. We think stuff is good, and then greatness or even betterment can come abroad, can come upon us, and potentially may seem like an enemy because you have a lot of effort to put to achieve something greater, and that's why it could be the enemy of the good. But I think we should seek for the greater. And he loves the idea of the book. So thank you, Clement. Victor Guéry, 21, French Norwegian guy on exchange at Sade, cool and handsome. You probably noticed. Yes, Victor. So Victor met at club, but we knew each other well. Supposed to recognize him from managing diversity class, but didn't have an idea who he was. Unfortunately, he was a bit offended. But sorry, Victor, you've been a great guy. Sofia Hetland from Norway, great friend, loves Footloose. Have to agree. Her greatest trip so far has been backpacking in Asia and Africa. That's great. And yeah, she says that had an amazing time at exchange in Sade. Glad that we got to know each other during our stay. Hopefully I go visit in Oslo sometime. And if she visits Montreal, hopefully we get to see each other then. Amazing meeting you, Sofia. Claire from Montreal, obviously we knew each other before, answered, what makes her happiest is being with her friends at and all the amazing people that she's met here, and all getting to be a menace together. Thank you, Claire, for the message. Lina, 21 as of October, from Thailand. Yeah, she's kind, loving, compassionate, and she's out here living her best life. Apparently she wanted to become a vet because of her dogs. Now a business major. Maybe she'll own the dog, the vet, veterinarian clinic, that is. And fun fact was she was a part of the Thai national team for show jumping. I believe that's horse jumping. It was a pleasure meeting you, Lina. Olivia from Sydney, Australia. Outgoing person who's also introspective and introverted at the same time. There you go. Key lesson. Let's see. Don't be afraid to change. Make some mistakes. As long as you listen to your intuition, you can't go wrong. And right now she loves EDM, and her favorite places has been Switzerland, Berlin, and Barcelona with 3 exclamation marks. We have Will Foster, which I remember was very happy to write in the book as he was studying for an exam. He got to write instead and change his mind a bit. So from Newcastle, UK. He he's constantly busy because he's always going to say yes to different plans. Key lessons. Best way to grow is change habits / environments. Most of what we do is, I can't read this last word, but ROVL, rave line? Nah, can't be rave line. That's not a word. But I think it's, yeah, changing your environment, changing your habits, get out of your comfort zone. Favorite place has been Milan and Alps. That's where I'm heading next. So actually, I'm heading Florence, then Milan. So hopefully I get to experience the beauty of Milan. And he has a few things here. So let's see, quotes. It's not what we don't have. It's not that we don't have enough time, but we, I think, waste a lot of it, which is true. Need to appreciate the time that we're given a bit more. I wish to never know what tomorrow will bring, but for it to be positive. That's beautiful. And yeah, he has music, and if he didn't have to work, well, his child dream was to become a rock star or a footballer. So there you go. And loves dogs. Nat, business apps friend, and actually one of the first people we met as well from Singapore. Says he has a juicy ass. There you go. The first spicy comment, I think. Less is more. He suggests to read Essentialism. His favorite place is Japan, Tokyo. It is actually, so his favorite quote, I can resist anything except temptation plus, I can't read the rest, but it is actually, so the ability to choose cannot be taken away or even given away. It can only be forgotten. I think that's a beautiful quote. I've been listening to the audiobook of Man's Search for Meaning, and it's like the ultimate freedom that we have is to choose our attitude, no matter what circumstance or a thing that you are faced against. So I think that's a beautiful way to put it as well. You always have the freedom to choose how you react to a certain situation. And the ability to choose cannot be taken away or even given away. It can only be forgotten. So that's a beautiful way to put it. We have Luke Pham, first person. No, Claire was there as well. But one of the person we went to Visa together. That was a crazy trip. From Vancouver. So he has a key lesson. Don't give a shit about what society and others think. Do what you want to do. There you go. And let's see, he hopes to have surrounded himself with the people who make him better and bring happiness. Also, he hopes that he's able to get rid of any negative aspect of himself. So committed to self-development. I love that. And I think we have the, well, not confession about cats yet, but he says he would get a cat first because they're easier to take care of, but probably would get a dog after. So I think dogs are still winning as the most loved animal between cats or dogs. We have Sabrina from Managing Diversity. Answered quite a few of these. Let's see. I guess when she thought she would become an FBI agent or lawyer. That's funny. And now studying business, so not too far away from traumatic jobs. Favorite person, I think, or a role model is her grandma. That's very cool. Loves dogs. And then key lesson: be kind to yourself. Surround yourself. I think no, you don't have to have everything. Yeah, you don't have to have everything and it will turn out just right. Your job shouldn't be your desire, I think, or your entire personality. If you don't like your job, start looking for a new one. Any company would be very lucky to have you. That's a great key lesson. Johan, another Managing Diversity folk. It was a tall Danish guy from Europe. bullshit managing diversity class. Yeah, quite controversial. Wrote an essay saying that it was interesting, the class on potentially how to raise awareness for diversity, but we did not really learn about how to manage diversity. And the easy example that I can give is, say there is a case of racism in your organization, how do you deal with that? You know, to me, that was managing diversity. That's what I was hoping to cover in this class, but it was more like, how can you create a campaign for language issues or be more inclusive? So nothing really related to managing itself, but hey, it was a good class, a lot of nice people. So he was currently living in Barcelona, obviously, and he's been mostly in Copenhagen. And so this living in Barcelona makes him realize that living in new places, meeting new people, and exploring life a bit more is really important. And I couldn't agree more. And a quick key message or message to me: it has been a pleasure to get to know you, and I really like how you think and your humor. So thank you. One. Jeanne, also for managing diversity. My favorite place to visit is Australia. She says something about going around the world. So is that? Yeah, so that's if she could be granted one wish. So it would be to go around the world, plus to travel the world as well. So I think she wants to travel a little bit more. Dogs again, and then a quote: "Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all." That's beautiful. And she says, "Good luck for the future, Matthew." And she admires my PowerPoint skills. Aman, 20 years old. He says, "Yep, I'm young." Come on. He's a man of many names, many names. Okay. People bring okay. So he says, because people bring different pronunciations of his names, it's essential to be open-minded. That makes sense. And his favorite place to visit has been Japan so far, but he would like to say all of Europe if it's okay. And then he added a bonus, so let's read this. "I'm the joke, and I think that the identity I carry in every group, and I love it. Humor is important to me. Good luck to you ahead, and I hope our paths cross again." That was Aman. Alex from Sydney. Alex, why did I say that? Alex from Sydney. He has a few quotes, a few key messages. So yeah, let's see. Was favorite quotes. Yeah. So compassion is the thief of joy. So compassion is a thief of joy. Yeah. That's a good one. Compassion is a thief of joy. So if it's stealing from joy, it means that, yeah, if you're always compassionate about things. No, is it compassion? Nah, it can't be compassion is the thief of joy. Comparison, maybe? I think it would be comparison when you compare yourself to other people. That would make a lot more sense. It's compassion is a thief of joy. I feel like compassion has to be part of joy. But if you compare yourself to joy, to others all the time, I think that could rob you from joy for sure. He also has another one that this one I know I'm reading correctly. So we suffer more in imagination than in reality. That's very true, right? You, for instance, just thinking of missing a train is more stressful than getting there and realizing that you're not missing it. But yet again, I mean, if you actually were to miss it, potentially it's more stressful than just the imagination of not missing the train. So my example is bad, but definitely we suffer more in imagination than in reality. I have to agree. His greatest adventure has been on exchange in Barcelona. I have to agree, it's been crazy. And H is when he's old and looks back on life. So how he's impacted others, and that he made great friends and has lived a beautiful experience in his life. Thank you, Alex. We have Paul from Toronto, Canada. His favorite place that he visited was Vienna, Austria, cultural capital of Europe. Yeah, that's definitely a place that I didn't get to go this semester that I really was thinking of doing, but for another time. And yeah, I think this is interesting. He says, you can really be open-minded to new cultures and destroy any preconceptions you may have had about other people. And you can also see how things are different than what is normal at home, right? Just like bathrooms or how you open doors, windows, so little things, right, that are normal, that are so different abroad. We have a Nina and Nini, and I do this because she really liked my dance move at the bees, like this with the wrist. Thank you so much for the pin. Yeah, so I was giving out little Canadian pins. I'm sorry if you didn't get one. I tried to give them out to everyone who wrote in the book. It's a little Canadian pin. So it says, thank you for the pin. It's so cute. I will always remember you're dancing in Ibiza. So the classic. Yeah, Bonni Kim from South Korea. Favorite place to visit, Maldives. Quote, live, laugh, love. Something my mother would say. Loves good food, good company. So yeah, I have a great memory at the hot pot place on her first day in Barcelona. I was not a fan of the chicken feet. You'll probably see these pictures posted on Instagram eventually. Thank you so much for the cute pin again, and let her know if I'm ever in Korea. So thank you, Bonni. We have Charmaine Lee from Singapore. Quote or advice is fake it till you make it. Travel the world forever. One of her favorite things is coming to exchange and meeting so many people. And then she says dogs again. Haven't had many people for cats, huh? And then living life with no regrets. There you go. We have Julia from Poland. Vodka is not Russian, it's Polish. There you go. Best Spanish intensive classmate. Thank you very much. You were always so positive and kind. One of the first people I made friends with in Barcelona. Good luck with your adventure. Thank you, Julia. We have Julian Schmid. I've had problems with handwriting, but this is probably the worst one yet. Let's see. It was very nice meeting you. In my opinion, I think it was just, I can't read this. I'm sorry. I have to pass it through the AI Google Lens picture and see if it can read it for me. It was really nice meeting you. But Julian, one of the first guys I met, great guy, very kind, very polite. So thank you, Julian. Daniel from consulting class from Germany and Macedonia. Cool. Yeah, so he describes himself as an ambitious and open-minded person. And he would like to live life to spread further openness. That's interesting. There is room to learn from people that are different from us, be it a different culture, personality, or something else. I think that's a great way of looking at things, right? Always be open-minded to learning, and people from different cultures, from different backgrounds can definitely open your eyes on something that you may have never thought about, right? Kind of like this blind spot that you might have about life. Anyways, you seem like a really nice and motivated person in Consulting Academy, and I wish you all the best for your future career, life in generals. Best regards, Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. Haroon had originally thought this book was a joke. I'd simply said his favorite movie is Dark Knight Rises, and then realized that there was a bit more serious, so got to write a bit more in it. Big bold capital letters. I love Caitlin. I think Caitlin might have written that after he tried writing I love Haroon on her page. He's born in Yemen, lived in Pakistan, and moved to the States, to Atlanta, Georgia. Coming to Barcelona was one of the best experiences of his lives. He's met so many amazing people and has made a fuck ton of memories. Yeah, he says he's not an emotional person, but he's 100% sure he will have a few tears when he looks back on this and leaves on December 19th. His favorite song is Best Day of My Life. I love my Canadian. And I think he writes a few nationality friends. Peace and fuck you. Thank you, Haroon. Peter from Sydney, Australia. I like to think of myself as an outgoing person. I love to bring others around and bring them up. Quote, enjoy every moment, enjoy every moment, even if it's such appreciated. God damn. Enjoy every moment, even if it's such appreciated for what it is. Even if it sucks. Okay, I got it. Enjoy every moment, even if it sucks. Appreciate it for what it is. There you go. So I think it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, how the only freedom you have is to choose your attitude to a circumstance, and in this case, a moment. You should choose to appreciate it. And I love that quote. Has loved meeting new people from all around the world and embracing new experiences. I loves Fred again. And then he says, it's been awesome getting to know you, mate. You're a real, genuine person, and you've always got a place over in Australia for when you visit. You've got my Insta. Thank you, Peter. It was a pleasure hanging out with you. Will Rogers, another Australian boy. He's a passionate person who loves to explore and put himself in challenging situations and really loves to make good relationships with people. Quote that he really liked was, forgiveness is letting a prisoner go and realize that you were the prisoner the whole time. Wow. Good luck with everything, mate. Hopefully our paths cross sometime in the future. Thank you, Will. Salah from Toronto. I hope that people see me as someone they feel comfortable around and can be themselves around. I think that's very important. My key lesson is to love life, people, and yourself unconditionally, and to savor the good times. Favorite place was Cairo, Egypt. Another place I wanted to go, didn't get a chance to on this trip. Didn't take the time to, I should say. And thanks for all the fun times, Matt. You have a great energy. Love, Salah. Thank you, Salah. Now we have Fraser. Hallie, I think, is the nickname that he said to call him in the first week, from New Zealand. So crazy about football and music. Key lesson is that no one has it all. Yep, no one has it all. On social media, everyone's constantly comparing themselves to what other people project. These projections are often the best parts of their lives. No one has it all, and everyone has their flaws. And I think that goes back to a quote that we had that I thought compassion is a thief of joy, but no, it's when you compare yourself to others, it's a thief of joy. And I think Alex and Fraser here were on the same wavelength. Very beautiful words. Place is to visit North Vietnam. Rent a motorbike, he says. He wanted to be a parking warden when he grew up, but now he just hopes that people remember him as generous and friendly. Yeah. Now we have Francis Bernier from Montreal. Barcelona has been the best so far. I can't believe I'm already leaving soon. Yeah, I think everyone is gone by now except Paul. Paul was there for a whole year, lucky guy. Something he's learned before, and especially out here, is that life's biggest investment is to find the right group of people to surround yourself with. They bring all the fun in this journey. I think that's a beautiful message. People that you meet, friendships that you make, the network that you build, extremely important for life. Kailash from Toronto. Do not be afraid of the unknown, because that is where you push yourself to new heights you have never seen before. Love that message. The positive impact that I have on the people around me, I think, is what he wants to be remembered for. And Matt, it was a great meeting you on exchange. Let's keep in touch. You made my experience better. Cheers, Kailash. Thank you, Kailash. We have Soum here with a quick message. So one of the very first times we went out was at Dr. Stravinsky and then Mr. Robinson. I remember that. I remember feeling extremely lucky that night, because I did not imagine that I would have made friends from such insane corners of the world. Canada, come on. It's you had to imagine you made friends. Canada, we're so friendly and polite. That's what they say. Thank you for being my friend, Matt. Here's to meeting you again someday. Thank you soon. Adam Doucette. There you go. So yeah, a big part of the exchange was Nick Bernard DJing at our at TSH, where the student residence I stayed at, and he says, thank you for letting me into your residence when Nick was DJing. And he has a key lesson. Yeah, so this is a nice one, I think. So he says, a key lesson that I learned on exchange is that life is unpredictable, but things will always tend to work out. I had a few moments on exchange where I had a realization of what the hell is going on, such as when I was on your rooftop listening to house music in Barcelona, fucking Spain, with this beautiful ass view. I think I was stressing about something before, but then it made me realize I don't need to care so much, because I'm super lucky for the moments like that. Hope that was a worthwhile addition. Well, cheers, homie. Adam, yes, I think I've definitely had those moments where I'm stressing and then just go up to the rooftop, enjoy the view. Has been a wonderful experience. Caroline Monroe de Canada, Saint-Lambert. She has a few messages. Grace of Portugal, which she loved most. I believe in destiny and think that everything happens for a reason. She was quite upset that my questions did not go all the way to the end of the alphabet, but she finished off with a message. She says, I would like to give the best advice at my young self, that is important to follow your heart and to believe in what you believe in love. Life is too short to overthink, and you have to make the most out of it. You have to think about what the old version of you would like for you to have achieved, and believe you are important and lovable. That's a beautiful message. We have cats and then dogs. I think it's the first person who says cats before dogs. So we have Varsitha, living in Vancouver, born in India. Exchange has been the best months of our lives. Top key takeaway is don't let your past hold you up from the best parts of your future. Even if you feel like life is perfect for you, be open to change, because there's always so much good ahead of you. She almost did not go on exchange because I was afraid to leave the life I love so much back home. I didn't think I would never meet the people she did, who are the best ever, or experience the life-changing things she has experienced. So in short, let life take its course and never get too comfortable. A beautiful message again, once from this time from Varsitha. Caitlin Wallace has a few things. I love Haroon. There you go. I knew Haroon had came in and write some nonsense on Caitlin's page. Final exchange thoughts. Let's read this. Barcelona has been one of the best experiences and might be the happiest I've ever been. Friends have become family, and I look forward to it every day. I will remember these memories forever and have learned so much from all of you. I can never express my gratitude for the love plus light live experience here. I hope we all bring pieces of Spain with us. I will think of all of you. To everyone, you always have a place to stay in Toronto. Thank you, Caitlin. Vargi from Iceland. I hope I pronounced your name properly. I struggled with it whole semester. Key lesson, get out of your comfort zone and always keep expanding it. That's a great thing as well, right? Because once you get out of your comfort zone, yeah, well, there's always something bigger that you could try doing. So let's see. He loves hip hop music, and he spends a lot of time making him itself. So he says, you only walk this road once, so be as nice as you can to everyone that crosses your road, because you will not walk this road again. So you only walk this road once, so be nice as nice as you can to everyone that crosses your road, because you will not walk this road again. Nice. I thought I would be Cristiano Ronaldo when I was young, but today pursuing business in a big PCSSION there, possession there, not sure. But yes, nice to meet you, man. And I hope everything is going well in Iceland. Leo, amazing friend from Montreal, Canada, McGill University. I think I traveled more with Leo than I did alone or with anyone else. So it's been a pleasure. And he says, you know who I am. Yep. Favorite music, Animals by Pink Floyd. Favorite quote, Rescue Who You Are by Nietzsche. I believe that's Rescue. Rescue Who You Are. Nice. If he never had to work again, he would travel, hike, play guitar, cook delicious meals, and pick up basketball, I think. He would play pickup basketball. Nice. And yeah, let's read the key lesson from Leo. So he says, be intentional. From the moment you step out of your bed, the moment you close your lights at night, replay your deep sleep relaxation music songs, because I listen to music to fall asleep. Be intentional about how you act. Be intentional about your relationships. Be intentional about your work. If life is a long rider, you should aim to better capture, I think, all of yours, something about value than an uncautious drifter. Yeah, so I think that's clear. We need to be intentional and don't just drift along. Be intentional about everything. And I think that's a great message. And to Matthew, raising his vermouth or Guinness, to Côte d'Azur, Switzerland, Spain, and many more adventures. Cheers, brother. Thank you, Leo. It's been so fun traveling with you, and I can't wait to see you in Milan before I leave. Again, back to Montreal, and I hope the adventure continues for you, and that you get to hang out. We get to hang out this summer. Einar, 22 from Norway. My motto: some people wish for it to happen, some people want it to happen, and others make it happen. That's funny, right? So similar to what Leo was just saying, to be intentional make it happen. And to you, take the chance, get lost, create your path from there. The most beautiful things may come from uncertainty. Thank you, Einar. We have Andrea from Norway as well. Her motto, life is short, do whatever you want, because why not? She's Filipino, Norwegian on exchange. And what makes her the happiest is Greek mythology. Very interesting. Maybe I'll have to write to Andrea once I start reading on Greek mythology. I have a hard time with my pronunciation right now. And it was extremely nice meeting you, and I wish we can play volleyball again at Barcelona. Hopefully we can meet again. I wish you the best in life. Cheers. Thank you, Andrea. Now we have Rebecca Nilsson. So we have a few people from Norway because I had intruded in a little Norwegian exchange group and got some free Spanish wine. Spanish sparkling wine. I forget the name. Cava, I think. That sounds right. So Rebecca says, the things that make her the happiest is surrounding herself with people who give her energy and provide comfort and security, in addition to her family that loves her very much. She prefers dogs. There you go. And yeah, it was really fun meeting you, Rebecca. Now we have Robel. He's the most important in the room, in every room. There you go, Robel. Danny Blair loves Brussels. Enjoy Norway. I did, because I went on Norway, quick trip through Scandinavian countries with Nick that we're gonna read about soon, I think, as we're a bit more than halfway through the book. We also have Silji here and Nicoline, I believe. Hey, Matthew, have to say I'm impressed by your openness and willingness to meet new people. And this was a group of Norwegian girls that I had met for the first time that all wrote something on one page together. We have Julian Zambrano, I believe. Julian, not Julian, Julian. Favorite quote, he who lives by the crystal ball will eat shattered glass. I love that. And I do have a hard time with the handwriting here, so I'll stick to the quote. Thank you, Julian. Giselle from London. She's a walking British stereotype. But let's read her key lesson. I'd like to share a key lesson I'd like to share is that you can't grow unless you put yourself out of your comfort zone. An important lesson I learned from as a former shy girl. The idea of coming to another country to study with a bunch of people from around the world that I've never met before would never have been something I'd thought she would be doing in a few years ago, but look at us now. And I'm so glad I did it for so many reasons. I'm in countless memories that I'll take forward with me. And most importantly, have fun. Life is too short to take too seriously. Work hard, play hard. Maybe a common lesson, but truly an important one. Thank you, Giselle. Here we have Julian from Germany. Key lesson is do things on your bucket list now, or it's likely that you'll never do them. And he says to go to Australia. I really do want to go to Australia. It was my first choice on my exchange list. Considered that maybe go surfing a bit. I think I really would like that lifestyle. But this soon, huh? Maxi from Germany as well. He says you can get along anywhere if you are willing to commit to something new. Thank you, Maxi. You have Thor as well from Germany. He says the same thing that the guy in front of him said, so what Maxi, I think. And he likes the key lesson from Julian from 2 pages ago, or Julian, not Julian, which is do the things on your bucket list. So there you go. He thought you'd become Apple CEO, so maybe that's still possible. Lara from Germany as well has written a quote in German for me that I'll have to translate to understand. Another dog lover. A Dane from US. Let's see. When he's old, I will look back on the people who have played a large role in my life and those whose lives I've played a role in. Once again, dogs. Thanks for all the memories. Guadalupe, I hope I pronounced your name right. Canadian and Peruvian nationality. I think it's the most important to truly believe in yourself to grow as a person. I love that quote, or love that belief. Loves her family and the memories. And she wishes to not have any regrets, living life as much as I am without doubting myself. There you go. And she has a Spanish joke that I feel like I should be able to read by now, but I don't. So there you go. ¿Cómo se dice un tamal está en el hospital? And then tamalito. It's a Spanish joke, but I don't understand it, so that's unfortunate. Angelica, Italian, answered quite a few of these. Oh, cat lover. There you go. No dogs. And she says the journal is such a cute idea. Answer quite of these questions, and I'll have to read them. But yeah. Anywhere you are, as long as you are with nice people, but somewhere hot, preferably. That's fine. Madaleno from Portugal, who's was at TSH. And key lesson, I think she says, I've been warning or learning that home isn't really the city that you've grown in, and you're the one that you lived in the one that you've lived in most of your life, but it's really about where you love or it's really where your loved ones are. So that's interesting. Whether your family has moved or whether you meet new people that you love. And then she loves dogs. She suggests to go to Turkey on a hot air balloon. Thank you, Madalena. Leonard from Lisbon, Portugal as well. That's not a discussion, dogs, once again. I think somewhere in the islands, maybe Lofoten Islands, I want to go there for like 10 years and see the Northern Lights. So maybe it's the Lofoten Islands. She wants to travel all around the world. It was a pleasure meeting you two girls. Theodora from Greece has given me recommendations for Greece, which I didn't get to do on this trip. So this is a page that I have bookmarked for sure. And she says, let me know if you have info. And if you are curious for Greece, she says, visit Shania Beach, potentially, Santorini only as of September, and no napping out on the sunset or missing out on the sunset. Eat souvlaki and eat in general. We love food. There you go. Ali, I think the first person I saw. And that's funny because she says that girl who's literally a giraffe and is obsessed with volleyball was at the first dinner I had with friends on exchange. Her quote, how old would you be if you didn't know how old you are? Huh, I really think that's interesting. Yep. How old would I be? Probably. Depends on the moment, depends on the time. Probably younger than older though. And probably, hopefully think 18, thinking just entering adulthood still, have a whole life in front of me and ready to do the best of it. greatest achievement being where she is now, knowing that I've fucked up many times, but also knowing that I'm where I want to be and supposed to be. Beautiful. And she thought she would become a scientist who would discover the cure to death. That's a very interesting. I was watching a TED talk on this, and his whole thing is longevity studies, and they might be argument that death is the same as a disease, and then you could counter argue that, well, no, you shouldn't say that death is a disease because it's natural and happens to everyone. But then, a lot of things that are natural and that can happen to almost everyone, we do cure, we improve, we take vitamin, like we take our vitamins to, better optimize our health. So, yeah, I still don't think we should try to cure death necessarily, but the argument to treat it as a disease is quite interesting. And I think it's stronger than the counter argument. So I wonder what society will end up doing about death and see if we actually want to be immortal as well. I think that's a question of, do you actually want to be on Earth for 300, 400, 500 years? Be immortal? I don't know. Amir, Los Dogs. And then he says, I have met people from all over the world with great personalities that I have never met before. Or not personalities, perspectives. I think that's true. So many people from around the world, and here in Barcelona was crazy, or back in Barcelona. We have Philip Lubert. What makes you happiest? I love meeting cool new people and exploring the world. Great meeting you, Matthew. We have Maria from Germany, one of the first people I met as well. When I learned one thing, I learned one thing is that the people you meet are making your journey and not the attractions you visit. I kind of had a similar realization in Stockholm with Nick. Nick, you've been mentioned so many times in this video. Yeah, just hanging out with people from different cultures has been great. You could do self-guided walking tours, get pictures of everything, but just the times you spend with people, and it's not something that when you describe your exchange, I don't think it's easy to say, yeah, I just really liked having a beer with my couch surfing host. So I stayed on this in Stockholm with Nick. We stayed at this guy's place called Jasper, and he was on couch surfing, and we just stayed at his place. We went out for beer, and that's like one of the highlights of our trip. And it's hard to explain that was a highlight, and we can't say more than that. We can't say what happened. It was just the feeling in the moment was so fun. You don't necessarily have a picture to reflect the beauty of that moment, but it's the people that you meet that are making your journey. And I absolutely agree. She's very grateful that she met me on exchange, one of our first classmates. You always make people laugh. Always keep your humor and never stop appreciating the little things in life. I guess that's the key to happiness. Thank you, Maria. We have Jonathan from New York. His biggest takeaway has been people like you from all over the world. Now it's up to us to keep in touch. Matt, you are an amazing and bright man. I'm grateful to have met you and be your friend. So thank you, Jonathan. So now we have Georgina, not an exchange student from Estade, directly actually was in consulting class. She wishes that she looks back on life and that it's filled with adventurous memories. Loves nature and always likes unexpected events. Have a great time going back to McGill. Well, I'm not, I guess I was unclear on that. I'm not going back to McGill. I'm graduating. I've graduated officially now. So there you go. Woohoo. Thank you, Georgina. Carl-Emil from Denmark. He says he's the best guy to bring to festivals because he's so tall, you can always find him. That's funny. He believes you are the main character of your own story. Everyone else is your sidekick, hence make it matter and do you. He says, thank you for some interesting and sometimes long week Wednesdays in managing diversity, right? That has been a theme. Had a few people in that class on the book. I wish you all the best, and don't ever hesitate to reach out if you come to Copenhagen. And he says, work beats talent, but work smarter, not harder. Thank you, Carl-Emil. Well, Matthew, this is Saima from consulting class. She's from India. And she came to India, to ISADE, because she was feeling super adventurous in the moment. So kind of like a few of us who applied to go on exchange, but she's actually studying here full time. So she says, never be scared, take risks, and be happy. So thank you for that message. Haroon, great guy that I met in Spanish class. Really liked spending time with you. So he says, just a guy walking around doing stupid shit and just being a health and safety hazard. Favorite quote, all those days just passing by, little did I know that was life. Yeah, just turned 23 today. No, it's been 23 years. Yeah, how many days? 23 times 365 days. Can't do the mental math, but that's been crazy. And I think his thing when he looks back on life is to have helped others. Yet he wishes that he has helped others. So that's a beautiful goal. And favorite song is Arrival of the Birds or Paradise by Coldplay. His current role model, Mr. Jordan Peterson. There you go. Ringa from TSH will send me something in the mail apparently. So I got her to at least write a quote. Use your time wisely because there is no way that you will ever get it back. I love that quote. Thank you, Ringa. Thorgan, I think person I found the funniest on exchange, just the way you acted, just the reactions that you had when I told you about Amazon Prime and you didn't know what Amazon Prime was. It made me laugh so much, Thorgan. Thank you for that. Who are you? A boy from Hong Kong who still doesn't like Barcelona very much, but yeah, the big change. I remember hearing about this the first time, and I personally really liked living in Barcelona as a student, but I think I have to agree that if I were to have to live in Barcelona for a long time, I wouldn't appreciate it. But to say that you don't like Barcelona, come on, Thurgan, you must like some things. And yeah, he really liked the south of France, I believe, is what he says here. So wishing the best in the future. Thank you, Thurgan. Anjika from Singapore. Let's see, favorite quote, seek discomfort. I think pushing ourselves beyond our boundaries is important to go growing and expanding our horizons. It's something that I have been trying to do on exchange, and it has certainly helped. Doing exchange has certainly helped her do that. Him, Anjika, I forget. Sincerely hope that I meet the people on exchange again, and yeah, hopefully our paths cross again. There you go. Now we have the dynamic duo of Ali and Carolyn. So Ali's from CT, but goes to school in San Diego. Let's see. Varsitha has been absolutely amazing meeting everyone, and I will always remember it. Glad we met. You're a chiller. Thank you, Ali. Carolyn says the most valuable lessons is that anything you want to happen can happen. Presence plus involvement makes creation or creates. There you go. Ending near the end, we have Tommaso from Milano. He says, I'm Tommaso, the best Italian guy. I hope to see you in the future somewhere around the world. Thank you, Tommaso. And here we have Davide on the same page as well. Thanks, Matthew, for all of the something weeks, I believe. You are so smart and intelligent, a good person. Do not hesitate to write me when you are in Italy. So yeah, I'll probably hit up Davide from Milan pretty soon. Adam, good guy from TSH. And whatever you are going through, keep going, as success will come. There you go. Good luck, Adam, on your next years in Barcelona, studying to become not a dentist. You didn't want to become a dentist. No, pharmacist. Yeah, I wish you the best. You were in your first year of studying and you were having issues maybe with physics or chemistry. So I hope you overcame those and that you're following your sim quote. Whatever you are going through, keep going and success will come. Thank you, Adam, for all the fun times and ping pong as well. Tess from TSH. Let's see. What's that? Oh, another cat person. I think cats are near the end, no? They came more in strength. So let's see. Weak people call it a problem. Strong people call it a challenge. I think that's great. A lot of people going back to how you see a different event, right? It might be something that is unfortunate, but you have the freedom to choose how you react to it. And thus a strong person will call it a challenge and have a positive attitude in front of this, what appears to be a problem. So thank you, Tess. I really like that quote. Sofia Jackson, first person I met at TSH while playing ping pong with my friend Luca, who did not make it in this book. Went all the way to Germany to find you, Luca, and you were not able to write. But that's okay. You have a special place in my heart after you've mentioned my impressive LinkedIn background. That really had made me laugh. Great guy, Luca. So Sofia says, we played a lot of ping pong and she knows that I play good competitive because I was good at spinning the ball and had good tips. Her favorite place to visit was Venice, Italy, which is the main thing that I skipped on this trip, but I have all the intentions of going back eventually in the future. And she's happy that we met and became friends. Wish all the best. Thank you, Sofia. Nick Bernard, finally, after mentioning you so many times, we finally get to wear to your page. So he loves the music he's played on his sets. And he grew up thinking he would be a DJ, and that's what he's pursuing right now. So all the best luck to you, Nick. Matt, thanks for an amazing exchange. You have been a huge help for me from the beginning. I am glad I met you and spent the time we did together. Loved our Scandinavian trip, and wish we had more time to do things together. I think I love your energy, man, and never want you to change. Thanks for being you. Thank you, Nick. Olivia Bosa. There you go, a very filled page. A fellow Canadian in McGillian was turning 22 in 2 hours when she wrote this. Really loves visit is her cabin in northern BC. Grew up there and spent a lot of time there. Favorite place to travel though was in Kenya. That's pretty cool. She loves music, family, mountains, food. Since being on exchange, definitely travel the world, plus experience culture, meet different people, and learn from them. Dogs, there you go. No more cats. Dogs, Loves country music. And here you go, a quick message from Olivia. Matt, I feel proud to know you. You are the absolutely coolest in your own way. Keep being you. I can't wait until we meet again, plus catch up a little. Waiting to hear from your new stories. Lots of love, Liv. Thank you, Olivia. It was super fun hanging out with you. I'm so glad I went to Ibiza. And finally, the last page, my sister, who has been patiently waiting on the bunk bed while I've been recording this, has written in the book. We turned 20 as well just recently. She says her favorite place to visit is Siesta Key Beach in Florida. And I believe that's what I wrote as well. I think Siesta Key Beach, White Sand Beach has a place in our hearts. Yes. Siesta Key Beach is beautiful. She loves Billie Eilish at the moment, Noah Kahan, which I also do. Let's see. Great key lesson or greatest achievement has been learning to understand her emotions and living with them in a healthy way. Nice. She says the person who has the greatest impact on me is, well, me. So the greatest impact on her is me. I don't know what I would do without you. You are one of my comfort people. I always feel safe and never judged by you. You inspire me all the time and help me and help me so much to figure out my life. So thank you for that. Happy birthday. We're 23 years old. Awesome. So that has been the people of my exchange. Thank you, everyone. Obviously, some honorable mentions that didn't make it on the list. I thought about Luca earlier. There's Muna. There's people from my floor on PSH, Annabelle, Hussein, a lot of people, probably that I'm forgetting as well. All the different people I came across. Thank you so much for making this a great time of my life. I'm so happy I came on exchange. I was in a situation where I could have applied for graduation and start working full time, but I decided to go on exchange and delay graduation for 4 months, 5 months. And honestly, it was the best decision I could have made. I'm the type of person who would have normally just wanted to get it done with, get school done, get on the next thing, follow that path and start earning money. But no, I was able to go on exchange and live probably the best 5 months of my life. So thank you for everyone who's been part of it. And I can't wait to see some of you again in my path. Bye.